And for a self-inflicted natural disaster that will cripple the city and gut essential services. That is what Nashville Mayor John Cooper says is coming if residents vote down the 34% property tax increase which he proposed. Already, he is asking every city department to identify major cuts that they can make. News 4's Carley Gordon is working for you tonight with their reactions.
With Nashville growing the way it is, Metro's codes department is busier than ever.
We did over 176,000 inspections last year.
And yet Director Bill Herbert says they don't have the resources they need.
We're short-staffed as it is.
It's why he was flabbergasted when Mayor John Cooper recently asked him and every other department head in the city to come up with a potential plan to reduce budgets by 35%.
I was utterly shocked by that. I mean, that's really getting really close to every other person in this department now is without a job.
As for what it could mean for the residents who depend on them,
in the long run, as the backlog continued to increase, the inspection times would accordingly increase exponentially to a point where I would suggest that the level of service would just be completely unacceptable.
Mayor Cooper says the cuts will mean reducing trash collection to twice a month, eliminating recycling, cutting 557 positions from the fire department, 480 from police, closing police precincts, parks, rec centers, and libraries, and cuts for the hospital, transit, and sports authorities. While many oppose the property tax increase, saying it's too much, the people living here can't afford to pay an additional 34%, department heads across the city are now saying we can't afford not to.
To you, is this a quality of life issue for people? I mean, would you see quality of life significantly reducing in Nashville if all these departments are forced to make cuts?
The answer is yes, and I can only speak specifically for this department, but for what this department does, the answer is unequivocally yes.
The referendum would reduce the property tax increase from 34% to 2%, and more than 12,000 voters signed a petition to get that referendum on the ballot. The attorney who started that petition calling the 34% property tax increase a, quote, abuse of the taxpayers. Carley Gordon, News 4 Nashville.
Carley, thank you. And so we are asking tonight, are you willing to give up some city services by reducing Nashville's 34% property tax increase to just 2%? It is the question that we are asking on our daily News 4 poll. Many of you have already weighed in so far this afternoon, and a majority of you are saying yes tonight, that you would give up some of those services. You can also weigh in right now on our WSMV Facebook page. Your comment might wind up here on air.